What it do, jab turkeys? Hey, Toddy, have you ever heard of cancel culture?
Of course.
Oh, they only talk about it in the year 2021 every day.
Yep.
So it's a very controversial conversation, and this is what the controversy is for. Some people think it's gone too far. Some people rally up for it. I'm somewhere in the middle. Sometimes I think it's over outrage culture. Fake outrage culture is what I like to call it sometimes. And sometimes it's accountability culture.
Yep.
But recently, Katt Williams was on the Joe Budden Podcast, which I like the Joe Budden Podcast. I like it a little bit more Rory and Maul. But, I like it more than she does. She's not a big fan of him.
I really like Joe Budden in general.
So. But we both like Katt Williams. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Katt Williams. So this is what got our attention. Katt Williams, one of the best comedians ever, was on the show. They were interviewing him, and this is what he had to say when he was asked about cancel culture.
Without judgment and repercussion from cancel culture.
If you ask all of the people that didn't make it to the NBA, if you ask them if we just lowered the goal down another foot, they all tell you they make it. Mm-hmm. Nobody likes the out of bounds, but the out of bounds gotta be there, or you'll run up in the standings, right?
Katt Williams always with some crazy philosophy shit, but go on, Katt.
So some of these things are for the benefit of everything. Nobody likes the speed limit, but it's necessary. Nobody likes the shoulder of the road, but it's there for a reason. Mm-hmm. My point is, people weren't all that extremely funny back when they could say whatever they wanted to say. At the end of the day, there's no cancel culture. Cancellation doesn't have its own culture. That was people of color. That was us policing our own culture. That was people without a voice being trashed by people just because they had a bigger name than them and more money than them and a better office than them. They could sweep them up under the rug like they didn't matter. I don't know what people we think got canceled that we wish we...
Cancel culture is definitely a weapon for, people that are a little bit doing better than us in life. It's definitely, I can't beat you, physically, I can't beat you financially, but, some of these whole things that you said might bring you down.
We had back. I don't even know who are they? It's done for the reasons it's done for, and it helped who it helped. If all that's going to happen is we have to be more sensitive in the way that we talk, isn't that what we want anyway? I'm saying your job as a comedian is to please the most amount of people with your art. So if you want to offend somebody, nobody took those words away from you. Mm-hmm. Dirty bitch ain't been taken away. You can say that, but don't call somebody this word when you know this affects all of these people. Don't use the R word when you really mean people on the spectrum. Don't say this word instead of saying autistic. Don't say this word instead of saying little people. Look, if these are the confines that keep you from doing the craft God put you to, then it probably ain't.
Boom. Last 2 or 3 years, there's been a lot of talk about cancel culture. It's a conversation people have all the time. If you go on YouTube and you just type cancel culture, everybody has a commentary about it. We've even commented on it multiple times on this channel. So it's a lot of things people talk about. I think honestly, Katt definitely put it on the head better than anybody else that I've seen so far. And the biggest point he made is talking just comedy in general. That was funny what he said, some of y'all weren't even funny before these cancel culture people came. But the biggest point he made, I don't know if you guys heard it, but the challenge of being a comedian is hard, but if you can't handle it, maybe this isn't for you. Yeah. If you can't say the R word or the N word or, the F word, stuff that's offensive toward other and not be funny, maybe stand-up comedy is not for you. Maybe other entertainment is not for you, because why would you want to offend people? It was cool back in the day. Things evolve. This is the point I was trying to make in the Pepe Le Pew video I made. That people, a lot of dislikes, people dislike. But my biggest point in that video was, hey, I don't want you to erase Pepe Le Pew from history. Yeah. It's obviously there. We can look it up. It's not we're not going to pretend it never happened.
Yeah, but we're not going to keep the charade going.
My point is, why would you, that's an outdated thing, sexual assault, and, it's funny about it's an outdated thing.
Right.
That is the biggest thing I think he was saying. It was like, some things are outdated. We're not going to just say the R word and stuff like that. Challenge yourself to say and do different things. And one biggest thing I said before this reaction, I'll let you talk in a second though, but I think cancel culture is not a thing. I agree with Katt. This is what just people say. Some of it's fake outrage. Like, it's just stuff that people are like, oh, they're outraged about this. You can't say this. Oh, they're attacking people for this. This is just an internet mob thing that people are making. But I am for putting things accountable. If you're saying racist shit and you're like, well, I got to say that back in the 90s. Well, motherfucker, it's 2021. You can't say that anymore. Now, do I think that you should get these people fired or, taking away all their rights and stuff? No. That's what accountability is. Accountability is not, killing you. This is like, hey, listen, this is wrong. This is offensive. People don't like that. This is not how we're rocking. This is if you want to be a futurist, if you want to evolve in life. This is honestly, that's what I feel like cancel culture is without using that word. The word is stupid. Cancel culture is a stupid wording in my opinion. But accountability, change behavior and forgiveness too. I'm all for that as well. But this fake outrage culture is what really cancel culture is, and I'm tired of it. And I love everything Katt said. Do you have any comments about what Katt said?
I mean, I just think that, like, when it comes to cancel culture, like I don't have a problem with, like, holding people accountable. Like, if they do something they're not supposed to do, like,
hell yeah,
please, call call anyone out on, their, that mess up that they just did, because if you don't, they're just going to continue to do it. And that's not pushing us forward,
Yeah.
So I think that it really is important to hold people accountable. But, like, not to the extent that they do it. Like, okay, like, we're never going to hire you again. Or, like,
so
it's unnecessary. And it doesn't really teach anybody anything.
You offended me, you can't eat.
It just makes them upset. It just makes them mad. And it really
and they don't learn anything.
They don't change.
They don't learn anything, yeah.
I don't think that it does really anything except upset the person that just got canceled and lost their job or whatever their situation is.
They might have said something like racially sensitive and then you just attacked them all like, you know what, I wasn't really that racist to begin with, but now I see black people are just, the worst.
Mm-hmm.
That's could be their mindset if you come at it like that.
Yeah. And I mean, like, depending on the situation, like, I think that it's okay for, their employers or whatever to do what they please. Like, it is their business.
Yeah,
like,
their company.
Do what you will, but, like, to put a target on that person's back for, like, the rest of their life is just ridiculous.
It is.
And there's just way better ways to handle it. And even not depending on the situation, but
Katt, what Katt was saying,
putting someone on some sort of, like, pause from employment or something like that, just to be like, okay, like, we're not playing, like, this is serious.
Sensitivity
you need to take
training, yeah.
You need to really be cautious and more mindful of, like, the things that you do and say and how they affect other people.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fine, and then allowing them to come back if they want to and can prove, are willing to work on themselves.
So what do you think about what Katt said? Do you think that people just need to be up for the challenge, really, instead of just like, it seems like a get out, like, oh, I can't say this, so I can't get on stage now.
And I feel like that's been, like, a really, really big thing that I've heard a lot of people say, like, especially for comedy.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Like, there are a ton of funny people that don't, they don't curse. They don't.
Sinbad's one of them.
Yeah, they don't touch, like, really sensitive topics, and they're still able to make hilarious jokes. So I just don't get it. Like, if you're good, you're gonna be able to do it regardless of not being able to say words that are offensive to other people. And it's not like it's like, our dictionary is huge, and the amount of words that are cut from what you should be saying is not significant at all compared to the rest of the words that you have an option of using. So I really don't think that it should affect your ability to do your job that much.
Now, I do love comedians that push the boundary, of course.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. are good examples of that. They definitely can say some offensive things that, people are riled up and, have different opinions about. At the same time, though, everybody's not Louis C.K. Everybody's not Dave Chappelle.
Not everyone is meant to do
Exactly. So that's my thing too. A lot of people like compare that as well. Like, you know, Dave stays on the line, Louis C.K. stays on the line. They're free to say what they want, but like, I just think those are just that's just their style of comedy. Yeah. You know, if that's
if you don't like it, then just don't listen to it.
If you don't like it, don't listen to it. Absolutely. And if you want that style of comedy, do that. But like I was saying, everything doesn't have to be that way. If that's your style of comedy, definitely that's your lane to be in. And, you know, they deserve to say whatever they want.
They do it well.
They do it well. But, like, you know, if you're just, you know, some Joe Smo that's trying to make it, and you're just trying to be stupid and offensive and dirty for no reason, and it's not working out for you, and you blame cancel culture, that's just you not being a funny person.
Yeah. No, they definitely have, like, an actual craft.
Yes.
That makes what they're saying work, regardless of its potential to offend people. Like, there's something about the way that they do it. Like, they're not just saying something stupid like, you know, any person out on the street would say that we would take offensive. Like, they're actually telling some sort of story, or like they're putting something behind it that makes like the potential for it to be offensive actually worth it, because the joke is actually really good.
Yeah, and that's why they're the pros. Seriously.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments, what do you think about what Katt said? Do you think that maybe it's not cancel culture? Maybe you should just step your creativity up? Do you believe in accountability of culture? Or do you think a lot of this cancel culture stuff is just internet hype and just journalists just trying to, you know, it's all fake outrage in my opinion. But do you agree with that, or do you guys think, no, cancel culture's crazy, Katt's an idiot, we're dumb, dislike, we're just, you know, tell us all how wrong we are, you know, whatever, cancel us, I don't give a shit. Let us know in the comments how you feel about it.
Help keep your brother out the streets. Subscribe to my dad's YouTube channel. Love, peace, and chicken.